Hey guys, what's up? Mike with FBA Seller Resources, and wanted to do a quick video review of the Amazon software Helium 10. We're just going to do a quick overview and talk a little bit about how we use the product. And if you hang on until the end, we do have some bonuses that don't cost you anything, but if you end up signing up through our affiliate link, we have some additional savings and some tools that will help you get the most out of the software. So hang on until the end. It'll be a quick video, and we'll let you know what those are about. So Helium 10, for me, I think the biggest use for it is the keyword research functionality. And so the reason that this is so important is, as a private label seller, one of the things that you're hopefully very aware of is the importance of keywords and understanding how to rank for those keywords, understanding which keywords you want to rank for. Those are all paramount pieces of information that you need in order to get sales on Amazon. And what I love about Helium 10 is it's really an all-in-one solution that gives you all the tools to extract the data that you need from Amazon to put a strategy in place to launch and establish your private label product and get sales. So I'm going to just drill down on a couple of those areas to show you how we use it and what I mean exactly. So when we're thinking about keyword research, right? When you think about Amazon, what you have to keep in mind is that the reason that people get sales on Amazon is that customers are going to Amazon.com and they're typing in specific keywords, and relevant products are showing up for their searches, and those products are getting in front of those customers, and those customers are then buying those products, right? So in order to be successful on Amazon, if you think about it, we need to know what search terms customers are searching for, and then of course, assuming that our product is relevant, we want to make sure that our product is then getting in front of those eyeballs. And certainly the more eyeballs we can get in front of, the more sales that we can get. And using a tool like Helium 10 will really give you the data that you need in order to put a strategy together to accomplish that. So let's run through a really quick example. So I am going to use the tried and true barbecue cooking gloves, right? So why don't we do this? We'll come in here and we'll do barbecue. All right, barbecue gloves. Okay. All right, so you can see I came in here and I typed in barbecue gloves, and you can see all the different products that show up. And so this is exactly what I was just talking about, right? Customers are coming in, they're typing in barbecue gloves, these items are showing up, and these are the items that are getting sales. So one thing that's really kind of important to note, and I want you to think about yourself as a customer, whether you're shopping on Amazon or whether you're doing a Google search, for example, ask yourself, how often do you typically get past page one, or even for myself, I'd say past the top 10 results for your search. For me, usually I can find what I'm looking for on page one, right? And if you think about it, if you're a customer, you come in and type barbecue gloves, I mean, these gloves all look pretty much the same. How far down are you really going to keep going? Maybe you'll go to page 2, maybe you'll go to page 3, but chances are people don't really go much past that. And really page 1 and the top few places in page 1, that's why that real estate on the Amazon search page is just so important. However, if nobody's searching for barbecue gloves, it really doesn't matter if we're showing up here. Maybe they're searching for grill gloves, right? So what we need to determine is what are people searching for? How frequently is that term being searched for? And where are we essentially showing up when people type that in? And once we have those pieces of information, you usually can figure out how well your product is going to do. And now there are a number of different variables that come into play, like your price, your listing, your competitors, what are their price, what's their listings, how many reviews they have, all of that. But really it all starts with what are the keywords that we want to show up for, and are we showing up for them? And that's where Helium 10 really comes in handy. So let's just drill down. So let's take this one right here. This looks like the number one result for barbecue gloves, and I say that because these right here you can see are sponsored products, right? So people are paying for these spots. This one is actually showing up organically. So this is the number one product showing up for barbecue gloves. So what I would do is, if I were selling barbecue gloves, and again, don't sell barbecue gloves, guys, super saturated market, I just wanted to use it as an example. I'll come in here and I'll use Helium 10's tool called Cerebro. And what Cerebro does is it's called a reverse ASIN. And what that essentially is going to do is, when we put in that ASIN that we just took from the number one result, it's going to tell us a couple really important pieces of information. One is going to tell us all the different keywords that the product is showing up for. And showing up for is, you might hear index, and when you hear is a keyword being indexed, all that really means is for that product, if somebody types in a specific keyword, will it show up in search? Doesn't matter if it shows up on page 25, but will it show up? Is it eligible? And Amazon is making that determination to make sure that it's a relevant product, right? So for barbecue gloves, for example, if I typed in a Star Wars toy, these wouldn't show up because it's not relevant. It wouldn't index for that term because it's not relevant for it. What's interesting though is sometimes it should index for it. We want it to index for it, but it doesn't. And I'm going to show you how Helium 10 can show us and make sure that we're showing up for the keywords that we want to show up for. So right away, a couple things I really like about Helium 10. So the first thing I always do is I just sort by the highest amount of searches, right? Because in theory, so BBQ gloves has 10,000 searches a month. That's by far the most popular. So I want to see what are the most popular keywords, and I want to understand how competitive they are. And as you can see, competitive products greater than 2,000, 579, greater than 10,000. So this really gives you good indication of how difficult and how many people you're going to have to get past in order to rank on page one. So this is really valuable information. And then the second part is, okay, if we talked about that the sales are coming from the fact that the product is ranking for the right keywords, what we want to look for here, and this column will give it to us, is, okay, so we drill down on this column to see what are the most popular search volume terms, which is incredibly important. And then secondarily, and maybe even more importantly, where is our product or the product we're researching, where is it showing up? So look at this, you can see here, this has the #1 search result for all of these keywords, which is why it's just getting so many sales, right? And so when we're launching our product, this is sort of what we want to aspire to. We want to understand what are the most searched for terms and where are we ranking for those search terms. So for me, I'm not about reinventing the wheel. If I was going to be selling barbecue gloves, I would take the most popular product. I'd see the keywords that it was ranking for because that's where their sales are coming from. And then I would put a strategy together for my product to target those keywords. So it starts with Cerebro, so we can get the information on our competitors. And then what we can do is, so let's say we were selling barbecue gloves, and let's say we wanted to come after, so let's take a quick look here. So you can see a lot of these are like super, super competitive. But let's see. So here's one. Well, let's see. If we're selling barbecue gloves, that's probably not super relevant. Let's see. All right. So we'll just do, we'll just do this one. That's too competitive. But I'm glad we're doing this because this is the process, guys. Like, if I'm selling barbecue gloves, even though smoker accessories has 6,000 searches, do I really want to spend a lot of time and money going after that keyword? Maybe I do, right? Because people who are searching for smoker accessories may want these gloves. However, chances are people who are searching for something like, silicone barbecue cooking gloves, I know that they're looking for cooking gloves, right? So what you'll typically find is the more broad and the more general the search term, the more results that it will have. And, you can see it here where smoker accessories has, 5,600 searches. That's not necessarily the best, though, because people who search for that may not be looking for gloves. They may be looking for a grill light. They may be looking for wood chips. There are a lot of different things that people are searching for that term would be looking for. It may not necessarily be gloves. But if they're searching for silicone BBQ gloves, well, absolutely. Our product, if we're selling barbecue gloves, would be relevant for that. So typically what I would then do is, and the other thing I really love about Helium 10 is, it allows you, and I apologize for the next screen, guys. So this is my Helium 10 account. I did have to blank out my products because these are my best sellers, and so I do have to keep those confidential. But essentially what you're able to do is, if I was selling barbecue gloves, I would take the ASIN of my product, I'd put it in here, and then what I'm able to do, I'm just going to try to move this up because I know you guys probably can't see it perfectly. Well, it's not gonna let me do that. But in this screen, I can type in each keyword per line. So we looked at BBQ, silicone gloves. And what Helium 10 will then do is it will link our ASIN of our product to that keyword, and it will show you where your product is showing up for that keyword. And that's just super important, guys, because it allows you to actually put a strategy together for your private label products, right? So, you hear about giveaways, you hear about PPC. What I find a lot of the people that I work with is it's just almost like a shot in the dark. They're just doing random giveaways. They're not targeting specific keywords. So what Helium 10 allows you to do is look at the competition, see what they're doing, see what's working, compare it to what you're doing and where you're ranking for the keywords that they're ranking for, because that's where their sales are coming from. And then you just put a strategy together. So maybe I do a giveaway targeting the keyword BBQ silicone gloves. Maybe I put together a manual PPC bid on BBQ silicone gloves. So I show up right here. I show up at the #1 spot. But at least you're now getting the data that'll help you put a strategy together. And that's why I love Helium 10 so much. Another thing that's super important is the accuracy of the data. So I've worked with seller tools. I've worked with merchant words. I've worked with Scope, which is the Seller Labs keyword tool. I like them all. They're all good tools, but for me, Helium 10 is by far the best. It's by far the most accurate, and it's the most well-rounded tool in this space. So again, this is Unbiased, guys. I'm an Amazon seller. I'm only showing you the tools that we worked with and we currently work with. We've tested them all, and that's why I wanted to do a review of Helium 10, because for me, when you're looking to do keyword research and really monitor how your private label product is doing, Helium 10 is by far the best. Okay, so just a couple other things I wanted to drill down on pretty quickly. Helium 10 has some really good tutorials, so I'm not going to spend time and drill down on each of these. What I would highlight is I really like the refund genie, because Helium 10 does sync to your Seller Central account. So what refund genie is going to allow you to do is it automatically will run reports and find out if Amazon owes you money for lost inventory. Maybe a customer initiated a refund, but they didn't actually return and send the product back to Amazon, but Amazon gave them the refund. Well, Amazon is responsible then to reimburse you for that money. And they don't always do it. And so this was a little tricky for a while, because there were some softwares that were popping up that were against Amazon terms of service, because they would automatically create a case. Refund Genie, the way they've done it, it's totally above board. It just gives you the information. So either you or we use a VA to take the information that they get from Refund Genie and submit the cases for us if you don't want to do it yourself. But it's all above board. It's all in line with terms of service, and you'll be shocked at how much money Amazon can owe you. So just if you've never done that, just subscribing to Helium 10 and using that feature will probably pay for, depending on your sales, it can pay for years of this use of this tool, because you'll be surprised about how much Amazon owes you. And then there are other things. So if you're trying to put a listing together and try to do some keyword research, they have some really good some tools that will help you generate relevant keywords. We talked about indexing and making sure that you're actually indexing for keywords. So they have a tool that will make it super simple for you to check your product versus keywords to make sure that it's actually indexed. And we showed you the keyword ranker. So not only is it indexed, but where is it showing up? Is it on page 5? Is it on page 1? Is it on page 50? So again, all really important data points that you can use to put a strategy together. So just sort of to boil it down, what I really like is, first of all, the accuracy of the data, because there's a lot of software tools out there, and you get all these different algorithms. Helium 10 is by far the most accurate in terms of keyword search volume, rankings, indexing. So by far the best of everything that we've tested. Perfect segue into reverse ASIN. So again, there are other tools to do reverse ASIN, so you could take a competitor and see where they're ranking and see what keywords they're doing well for. Helium 10, most accurate data, and when you're trying to put a strategy together, if the data isn't accurate and you're chasing the wrong thing because it's a faulty algorithm, you're really behind right from the start. Helium 10 is also made by a 7-figure Amazon seller, so it's not just a software developer. It's somebody who has been in the space, recognized the need for the tool, and really customized the software to meet their needs, which in turn, if they're having the need, chances are all of us as other private label sellers have the need as well. So one of the things that really just strikes me when I'm in the tool is you can just tell it was made by an Amazon seller to meet some of the needs and challenges that we run into on a daily basis. And so the keyword tracking is great, so you can put the strategy together, the index tracking. Again, if you don't know the keywords that you're going for or where your product is showing up for them, you're never going to get any sales. Helium 10 gives you the tools that you need. I'd say the only downside is, there is a monthly fee. Let's see if I can pull up the pricing here. So you can kind of see, essentially it's a $97 per month or $197 per month. We just use the $97 per month plan. We have 75 SKUs, and that's more than enough. So chances are that would be the plan that you guys would want to go with. And we do have some really good bonuses. So we are an affiliate with them. And so because we're an affiliate, we can give you a 10% discount if you use our affiliate link, or if you, what you're going to want to do is use this code. So we have a special code that we've set up with them. It's FBASR10. Use that code, save 10% off on your subscription. You do get a short free trial, so you can test it out and see if you like it. So definitely would recommend that you give it a test drive. Also, if you use our link, we're going to give you access to our private Facebook group. So we can totally support you as you're kind of doing your keyword research and you have any questions about the tools. And within there, as I said, the tutorials are really good by Helium 10. They really show you everything you need to use the tool and get the most out of it. But we do have some videos in our Facebook group showing how we use it and how we get the most out of it that may be helpful. And so if you do decide to sign up and you use our affiliate link, all you need to do is just find us on Facebook. Just search our group, FBA Seller Resources. Ask for access to the group, and we'll connect with you. We'll get the information we need. We'll get you set up with these bonuses and access to the group. So we love Helium 10, guys. It's a really good tool. If you're on the fence, whether you use our link or not, that's totally up to you. But it's a really good tool, and it can really help your business. So I hope this video was helpful, and we'll see you guys very soon.